I have a loaf of bread, sky high loaf of bread, real size slices. Oh, this is incredible. Look at this. This is unbelievable. But we're going to make Deidre's bread machine bread. You know, Deidre has a channel, and Deidre's Kitchen, and she did this like 3 years ago. She made 2 videos, never came back. But then she got a whole slew of subscribers, so she managed to come back. But I finally decided to try this. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, so I thought I'd make it myself first, which I did Sunday night. Tonight's Tuesday, and so tonight we're going to throw it together. Come right back. Okay, so I have very little time tonight because my machine takes 3 hours and 40 minutes. And it's such a good one. I'm so pleased I bought this for $20 from that woman. My West Bend, America's Best, Wisconsin made. In West Bend, Wisconsin. Yeah, I have family in West Bend, Wisconsin. Anyway, this is dump and go bread. Now, I never used a bread machine in the 90s. Never did. So, I mean, if you have, you must know how easy this is. I never knew. I refused to buy one back then. They were like $300. Yeah, now, if you want to go get one, just go to Goodwill. Some thrift store. I'm sure you can find one. Or go to Facebook Marketplace. There are a ton of them on there. You know, so, alright, it's this simple. Let's get started. Alright, you start out 1 warm cup of water. Or hot water. It's supposed to be hot. You're not like, ouch! Just hot water. But warmer than warm. Okay, so I'm going to put this, dump it in here. Then you take 2 beaten eggs. You just pour it in. You don't grease this thing or anything. Alright, next is a 1/2 cup of oat fiber. Now, you can't find this everywhere. I couldn't find it. You may as well go right to Amazon and buy this oat fiber. Organic oat fiber from Anthony's. So we're using a 1/2 cup of that. I will tell you, this fiber will clean you out. Careful how much bread you eat. I found that out. Unless that's what you're looking for, some help in that area, you know. So I'm just dumping it on in there. And then we need 2/3 cup of golden flaxseed meal. This I just get at Aldi's. I get the seeded. And I ground it up in my little Ninja. Oh, it's right in front of me. I ground it up in my little Ninja to a flour. If you buy the ground flaxseed meal at the store, you know, the first time you use it, you have to put it in the refrigerator. It goes rancid pretty quickly. So I don't grind it until I'm going to use it. And that really helps it. It's fresh going on in. Alright, then we have, so it's not gluten-free, but, you know, Vital Wheat Gluten. This apparently is the key ingredient. This and the oat fiber. Because this is what makes it crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside, like bread. This gives the bread consistency. So that's why bread without gluten isn't bread. So, oh, I already have this poured. Okay, 1 1/4 cup of the Vital Wheat Gluten goes in. Then a teaspoon of pink salt, or salt of your preference. It's about a teaspoon. And then 4 tablespoons of sweetener. So I was using the Lecanto last time on Sunday night when I made it. I used the Lecanto sugar, the classic sugar variety. This says classic, but this is 1.5 teaspoons worth. I'm looking at this. It says 4 tablespoons. Now that bread I thought was kind of sweet. It was good. It's delicious. It's really good. But I don't think it needs to be quite that sweet. So I'm only putting in 2 of these. Each one is 1.5 teaspoons. So this is all up to you, depending on how sweet you want your bread. Because now we are adding the honey. Yes, we have to add honey. It's not for you to eat. This honey is. The honey's for the yeast to eat. So it's not going to affect you. It's not going to raise your glucose, your blood sugar. Just 1 teaspoon for the whole loaf of bread. This is the honey that I bought at the Pewaukee Farmers Market. I have a video on that. But it's from, I believe it came from, I want to say Sussex or Jackson. Alright, so now with that, I'm just going to put a hole in the middle. Okay. We're almost done. It's so fast. Okay, and then 1/2 teaspoon of Xanthan Gum. This one, I've had this for a while. I keep it in the fridge because you use so little of it that it seems to do fine if you keep it in the fridge. 1/2 teaspoon of Xanthan Gum. This is like a thickener coagulator. Alright, 1/2 teaspoon. And I know all of these, if you went out and bought all these things, if you didn't have any of these ingredients, and you went to the store to buy all of these, it'd be a chunk of change. But I didn't get it all at once. I had about half of it, so I had to go search out that Vital Wheat gluten and the Oat Fiber. That was my biggest struggle to find. Everything else I pretty much had. Alright, then one last thing. 2 tablespoons of butter. So I have 2 soft tablespoons of butter. And so I'm going to put 1 in one corner. It doesn't matter. It needs it for you. I'm so shocked how this thing needs the bread. And watching it rise is so much fun. You come back every hour and watch it. Yeah, it's fun. It is fun to watch. Alright, last ingredient, the yeast. This yeast I got at Aldi's. Comes in a 3-pack. And you need 1 tablespoon of yeast. And I measured this, and they must already know that because this is exactly 1 tablespoon of yeast. So now I know I can just throw in the whole packet. And you kind of want to pour the yeast into this well. In there, in the middle. Like so. And I thought you had to stir this or nothing. You don't. That's it. You throw it in. Put it on up. This fits right in here. Just like so. Alright, it's good. It's in there. Alright, so I've already selected, okay, basic bread. Bread color, I chose medium. And that's it. Now hit start. Okay, it says it's resting before it starts working. So I'll come back in 3 hours and 40 minutes. This time, because I want to see the difference in the consistency if I wait and let it totally firm up overnight and slice it up. So, because I'm thinking, well, Deidre's wasn't as soft as mine, and she had cut up one from the from a different loaf when she made this bread. So that's why. But yeah, go ahead and check her out, Deidre's Kitchen on YouTube. All right, peeps. Well, I don't know if I'm going to see you in the morning or if it's going to be noontime, but sometime tomorrow to crack open that bread, because we're doing overtime, so I'm going to work pretty early. And so we'll see how much time I have in the morning. We'll see you then. I'm home for lunch. Just took Buffy Girl out for a walk. So let's check out the bread. It's been sitting since last night. I pulled it out. I had to wait for it to go off because I don't think that the timer, when it beeps off, the timer, that it shuts off. So I waited for the beep. I stayed up, edited videos. It comes right out. Oh, that came out much better than the one I had Sunday night, because I had to really clean that up. So this is a beauty. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, now this has a little moisture on the bottom here. So, yeah, I should have taken it out this morning for it to sit out for a while. So, I'm not going to cut it open until after work. I'm going to let it sit here and dry out. Okay, we'll see you after work. Well, peeps, I'm finally home. It's been a long day. 11-hour day. 7:30, just got home. So, you know, it's 9/11. So normally I would, go list a few items on eBay. But I don't feel like being on the computer anymore anyway. So we're just going to slice up this bread. And then I'm going to go watch some 9/11 news of remembering. So that's my plan. I made my cocktail already. So let's slice it on open. I've got my knife, my Pampered Chef knife. And okay, so this one is a little more lopsided than the other one that I made on Sunday, which tells me that maybe you should kind of go around the edges of it, because it's going to do what it's going to do. But I'm hoping that this will cut up a little firmer than the one that I made on Sunday. So we're going to find out. Ooh, it's slicing nicely like into bread. I will have to learn how to cut this evenly, but there's a nice, it's as I figured. It's a little thin on top here, but let me just chop that off once. I just love the taste of this bread. But yeah, it's bread. It's like really bread. Not just kind of like bread, but bread. No nut flour. That's the beauty of it. So, I have a new bread, but don't think that I won't make the 90-second bread when I'm in a pinch, because I like that too. This is better, but I'll try to always keep some on hand, maybe slice them up, have it in the freezer. But when I am in a pinch and don't have any, I will certainly make the 90-second bread. So, there you have it. It's really good. I'm so impressed with that. Alright, peeps. You have a good night. I'm hitting the couch. We'll see you next time, which is going to be this weekend. My ex-husband John is having a Packer party, and I have to bring some, Packer food. So I will be preparing a football, cheese ball, for that. I saw it on Pinterest. It's pretty cool. So we'll see you next time. Stay tuned for that.